Alright guys, so I'm back again with another astrology video, and this time it is about Taurus. First of all, let me tell you, I swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth from my perspective. Taurus, their statement is I have. Luxury and materialism. They care about having a home and having a car and having that stability and, you know, having nice things that smell good, look pretty and presentable and things like that. When I think of Taurus, whether a Taurus is in the most expensive things or the least expensive things, they are definitely materialistic in the way of having a lot of clothes. At the end of the day, I see a well-dressed person that carries himself well, that looks that's very good looking. Taurus people, because they are ruled by Venus, they are about beauty. So they care about their appearance, they care about what they look like. They tend to be, even the ones that are not very good looking, tend to be some sort of good looking. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is about beauty, it's about finances. So Taurus represents the financial part of Venus. I remember having a Taurus best friend, and she's the one that taught me to, you know, write down the things that I buy and how much I spent on a daily basis. Like, they're organized financially, so it's very good to have a Taurus person around you because they can help you with your spending as much as they want to have. Very calculative with what they spend. They buy what they need to buy, maybe what they want to buy when they want to buy gifts for themselves and gifts for people, but at the end of the day, they're looking in their bank account statements, and they're making sure things are adding up and they're not trying to be ripped off. I would say Taurus people are pretty good with money. They rule the throat, so Taurus, watch out for like throat infections, thyroids in the throat. I noticed that, or even vocal cords, they can be very good with singing, or they can lose their voice and have a very hoarse voice. Also with the throat, because you know when you eat it goes down your throat. There's the two types, like it's to the extreme. I never see any Tauruses in between. It's either they really love to eat and they'll eat anything, or it's like with the eating. They're in the fixed quality, so that means Taurus people are extremely stubborn. Once they set to whatever it is that their decision is, they're not budging, and it's just extremely hard to get a Taurus to change their mind on whatever thing. And on top of it, they're earth signs, so they don't really like change, so that person is just stuck in whatever it is, especially relationship. We'll get back to that. Considering that Taurus is an earth sign, they do tend to like earthy tones in their home. Just like Capricorns, you'll see a lot of browns, orange, burgundy, things, you know, not too much. And I find that Taurus people are very artistic. They have an eye for designing. I can see a lot of Taurus people wanting to be fashion designers or interior designers. They're just naturally artistic. Maybe even things that come into music. Out of all the earth signs, I find that Taurus people are the most fun. They're not boring ones and whatever, but like when they have a boyfriend, or for guys when they have a girlfriend, they're gonna stick to that relationship. And you know, sometimes you have to get them out and remind them like, hey, you have friends too, because like they actually really want a family and really want a relationship. They're down to have fun, they're energetic, they're reliable, they're dependable, and they're very loyal. They have your back through thick and thin. Like if you're anybody close to them, it's like a marriage. You can't get out of this. I got you. You better have me. And that's a Taurus mentality. Taurus people, they're very smart, and they especially know a lot about getting money, different ways to get money, and they'll try different ways to get money, and they'll make mistakes in it, and like do things that are maybe like illegal to get money and whatever, and then have to learn the hard way because they really need to get that stability, and they're trying to get that from young. They're not waiting till they're old to get their self established and get their self settled down. They're trying, like from their young, they're thinking of ways of how to make money. If you need anything and you are somebody that they love, they got you 100%. If they have it, it's yours. I find that Tauruses can be very distant and to themselves. Sometimes they just isolate and not really are into the whole world. They're just doing their own thing and, you know, trying to get where they're going, and they just don't have time for other people. Biggest thing I can't stand. Taurus people are the most unresponsive people ever. If you ever text or call a Taurus and they did not return your text or call, you can't fully get mad. You just can't really feel away, because that's actually their character. Like, could you believe that that's somebody's character to ignore? And like, sometimes you could talk to a Taurus person and they're like fully listening to you and like not even responding to you, like as if you're speaking to a wall. They're like, another thing on the negative end is Taurus people are provers. I mean, that can be a positive and negative, because you know, they'll prove you wrong, or if you say that they can't do something, they'll make sure that they can do it, or, you know, show you that they're the best at something. But at the same time, as a prover, it's like you're trying to get validation from somebody else, almost like you're not being true to yourself. What I noticed, another thing about Taurus people, any Taurus you speak to, they're gonna mention family, because they love their family, just like Capricorns. But another thing is they're gonna mention the word real. If you're real, you're real. You don't have to say it. I'm not gonna say that all Tauruses are fake, but the fact that you have to say I'm real all the time makes people question. Like, a real person doesn't say they're real. It just comes off that they're real. So you can just take that as is. Taurus people, they just want to be loved at the end of the day and appreciated for who they are and all the good things that they are. What I notice about Taurus people is they are very private. They'll speak to you and tell you things. Like, if you're close to them, like, you can be the closest person to them. They'll tell you a lot of things, but certain things they will leave out to themselves. And it's like, you feel like this person tells you everything, but certain things they leave out, or certain things that they don't like that they did, they'll leave out, and then it'll make them look like they're a liar. It makes them look like they're a liar, or that they're sneaky, because it's like, oh, you told me all this stuff that happened, but then you left out that part that you are kind of embarrassed about. So like, I notice that frequently in Taurus people. Taurus people are very family oriented. They love siblings, they love their mom and dad. Like, that means the world to them. If their parents aren't together, it really affects them. They're very close with their mothers, like, they're extremely close. They're so loving. They're so loving and so gentle and so caring and just so protective, and they're possessive, and what's theirs is theirs. Whether you're a cat, a best friend, or a mother or something, like, you can't have that. And they'll be very jealous if anybody tries to come and say take their best friend or take anything that they possess. If you're a friend, they treat you as family, because family is the closest that you can get to them. So they're very independent, go-getters, trying to make something of themselves whichever way possible. They're very playful and aggressive. When they get mad, they turn into that bull with the red flag. It's like, Taurus people have the most patience. They have the most patience. So, you know, in a way, I like their anger, because it's not impulsive. It's not just gonna come out of nowhere. You know what you're doing to get a Taurus to that point. You push them to that point, and then when they unleash, it's like it's the bull. Like, you know what I mean? You don't want to be in the pen with the bull. Like, you want to get out of there, and that's how they are. They will, once they get to that point, and I think that's a beautiful thing. They're gonna be patient. But once they get to that point, you're going to feel it. And you most likely have deserved it, or to some point, at least in their mind. Taurus people are about the 5 senses: touching, smelling, seeing, tasting. So all of those things really matter to them. And security, having security, and just, you know, being comfortable in a house that smells good and looks good and has good pillows and a comforter. Like, they would be in heaven. If a Taurus is not feeling good, a way to really feel good is for them to, like, buy themselves something and just, you know, pamper themselves, get a massage, go to a spa, get their nails and toes done, like things like that. So like if you're thinking of a sign that you want to buy their love in a sense, you can buy a Taurus. You can buy just, you know, like have a date, take it to the spa, take him, you know, get a haircut and buy a car and like, you know, all items and things like that. You can definitely, they probably won't admit to this, but you can definitely buy a Taurus's love. They are the most friendliest out of the earth sign. I find that they're very nice. You can get to know them. They're not gonna block you off completely. There's two types, and there's always two types of these Tauruses that I can think of. I can always think of the ones that are just so quiet, like, are you even there? Like you forget they're there. Or there's the one that's so loud. Okay, so Tauruses in relationships. What I find is they really want to be in love. They really want to find the one, and they will cling to whoever they're in a relationship with and won't leave no matter what the issue is. I find that Taurus people, especially Taurus females and their natural beauty, they tend to get a lot of men wanting them. What always comes down is the problem to them keeping them. And Tauruses is a very sensual sign. I'm sure they're gonna give you the massages and, you know, caress you, and, you know, they're touchy and sensual, and they would be more the aggressive type of sexy sexual partner. They're the type to be a ride or die type of partner. I can see Taurus people being like a Bonnie and Clyde, down to rise to the very end, let's make this money together. Tauruses as parents, they're very as I already said, they are very loving people and very caring, and they are going to be like amazing parents to their children. You know, make sure that their child has everything that he or she needs. They're going to make sure that they live in a comfortable, presentable environment. They are gonna, you know, make sure there's food on the table and take care of everything. They're gonna be a really good parent. A Taurus child is smart, and they act like they don't know all that they know. They act like you could either say that more timid, or act dumb, or act like they're not really there and they didn't really notice that, but they know and see a lot, and they understand more than you think they know, and they rather it be that way so you can continue to do whatever it is that you're doing, and they just know more and know more and know more. And I just love how loving they are, like the children, the grown, whatever. They're just they really want to take care of everything and take care of you. They're very helpful. I think a very good career for Taurus is anything that makes money. As long as they're making money doing it, it's a great profession for a Taurus. Ideally, I see them in things that are artistic, things that represent beauty, or, you know, creating beauty. Famous people that are Taurus: Janet Jackson is a Taurus. Adele is a Taurus. I'm going to let some Taurus names go across the street, because I really suck at thinking of famous people. As I said, they're stubborn in everything, even stubborn in love. Like, and as I mentioned, that they're not letting go of anything. They love very hard, and they have a problem with letting go of items that mean something to them, letting go of people. It really affects them. It's something that's really hard to do, and they have to like gradually let go. And even when they let go and you think that they've moved on from whatever situation or whatever person, it's still living in their head. So somebody close to them would know that this person just doesn't shut up about this person forever. So a Taurus's love is deep, it's hard, and it's forever. A Taurus person, like when they talk, or sometimes when they think, sometimes you think they're slow. Like sometimes things that they say, you just think that they're off a little bit, and sometimes it reminds me of the whole unresponsive thing. It's like they're like, I don't know where they are, but they've created their own world. All of these signs have their own world in them, in a sense. So I think that's about it. If you like this video, please do like it, share it with others, subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna have more astrology videos coming, and that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Peace.